Where have I been? It has actually been 3 months since I watched a single video from any of the YouTube channels that I'm subscribed to. And that's nothing against those YouTube channels. That includes my sister's channel, for which I need to make an official apology that I have not been supporting her. I am really sorry, Jessica. I'll get back to it soon. I will be watching all of the videos I've missed, and I'm going to catch up. I'm not just going to start over again. But in that time, I have also neglected, for even longer most likely, to upload any decent videos to my channel. And that's what brings us here today, because we're changing that. Without really intending to, I have sort of accidentally given myself a bit of a social media detox. I still occasionally go onto Instagram, but honestly, it's a fraction of the time I used to spend on Instagram. Was always my number one platform. I think the algorithm there just really sucks you in, so it's very easy to spend way too much time. And I have been, I don't know, I probably cut it down to a fifth of the time I used to spend on Instagram at least. YouTube I completely cut out, like I mentioned. Facebook I never go on. Substack, I started reading things on Substack and then just completely stopped. And I don't think it's anything to do with Substack. It's just all of the things, anything social media, anything online, I just naturally moved away from it. And that kind of covers the basis for me as far as online goes. And from someone that is myself, who used to be chronically online like all of the time. It was a very surprising change, but also a very natural change, which is interesting. I cannot tell you what sparked it or what started it. It was entirely unintentional, but I think really, really good for me. And the little bit that I have actually spent time online, I've realized that I'm not the only one moving back to physical media and physical hobbies and really much more living in the moment and in reality rather than what we think of as reality when we spend all our time on social media, because it's not real. That is something I cannot emphasize enough as someone who creates content, as someone who consumes or used to consume a lot of content. Social media and online content isn't real. It is very one dimensional and can never capture the reality of what life actually holds. So rather than spending all my time online, I've been doing things like going to the movie theater. I've been going on hikes to waterfalls. I've gone kayaking. I've spent my time thrifting and buying secondhand clothes, like redoing my wardrobe, really getting rid of old stuff and getting those key pieces that I can build on. I've been journaling, I've been visiting markets, I've been going to the beach. It's been summer and I live on the coast and it's so amazing. And there's more. There's a lot more that I've done, but I've just really enjoyed and appreciated life without the pressure of a camera or without the pressure of capturing content or translating what I'm experiencing for someone else to enjoy. And I want to go back to doing that as well. I think there's absolutely a lot of value in translating your experiences to share them with other people. But it was a really, really good time these last few months of just, I want to say, breathing and finding that rhythm, which is so much slower. However, I'm back now and I've got a lot of news to share, or rather, let's say some big news to share, and some big things to update you guys on. So let's get into it. Let me catch you up, and maybe we can go on a few adventures together very soon. Now, one of the things that I've been teasing quite a bit, and I've also asked you guys to help me out with some of the inspiration, some of the ideas behind it, but I haven't really given you a lot of clues as to what I'm really planning. And I've been intentionally vague with that one. I think oftentimes I have the tendency to share things before they're really ready and then they die out as a result. So I'm going to continue to be vague, but I will tell you guys I'm still working on it. It has been put a bit on a back burner for a little while, simply because other things, some very exciting things have come up. And as a result, I'm going to take a bit of a break there, but I'm going to tell you guys a little more information. Originally, I thought I was going to do just a one-time project and then move on to other things, but I realized this idea has great potential to become a series of sorts, and even a project or a series that I continue to develop with different episodes as time goes on. And so that's where I'm going to leave you guys with that one, but hopefully soon I'll be able to share more information and have more ideas on specifically this project that I've been working on and developing that focuses on female friendships and their dynamics as well as their significance. Now I want to tell you guys about the reason why I'm postponing my other project. And in some senses, this is not unexpected for myself, but it's probably something that none of you are going to see coming. Because for me, this is something that goes back all the way to my childhood. And I mean, like my whole childhood. Always been a very, very significant part of my personal history. However, it's not something I believe I've ever shared at all on social media. And that's not because I was hiding it, or I think it was really more just an issue of neglect, if anything. People who know me personally will know this background about me, or most people will. So it's not something I do keep secret, but it's simply something that hasn't been a part of my life in a direct way for the past decade. So in that sense, it wasn't unexpected or completely left field, but it is something that I wasn't planning on. And it's pretty exciting. I am currently on my way to spend 6 weeks in India. And so when I say this is a major part of my childhood, the first time my parents took me to India, I was 4 months old. And after that, I went on 5 trips in my childhood to India, and they ranged in length. Some were shorter, some were longer, but essentially they were periods of time where I actually lived in a completely different culture from my own, which is the South African culture. I went and I completely assimilated into this, in some ways, very vastly different, and in some ways, actually quite uniquely similar culture that I grew to love and to know as a part of who I was, because it was in such a formative way that it was introduced to me. However, the last time that I went to India, I was a teenager, and it actually will be exactly 10 years. The anniversary of that trip, 10-year anniversary, will take place while I'm in India again now. By the time I'm able to upload this video, I will most likely already be in India. But before that happens, I wanted to make a video to just, hey guys, I'm still here, I'm still doing stuff, and I've got a lot of content coming your way. I do expect some of my content is going to be changing a lot moving forward, and I'm also very excited about that. I don't know yet how it's going to end up looking. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing. I also don't know how much it's going to feature video, how much photography, how much writing, now that I have a Substack as well. But I do know that I still want to continue making art. And I know that as I build and put more time and effort into creating my signature style in communicating through my art, hopefully I'll just be able to build up more and more momentum, and through that bring more and more content and more art specifically that I can share with you guys, And I also very much want to take it beyond social media, beyond YouTube, beyond Instagram, Substack, all of these things. And I want to start creating more physical media that hopefully I will be able to share with you as well. So if you guys have any questions about this trip or about the new direction that my content is going to be taking in the future, if you guys have any suggestions, anything that you'd like to comment, please just drop a comment below and I'll definitely get back to you. And maybe I'll even respond with some very specific videos in the future. Without intending to, I've sort of given... God. Shush, I'm doing a thing here. Calm down. Okay, good. I seriously chose the absolute windiest time of the day, one of the windier days in this area, to film this video. And so I think my mic will be fine, but my hair is going to be all in my face. And I'm just going to accept that. It is what it is. Nothing I can do now.